What is up, fellow troubadours? My hope is that after watching this video, you are going to be on your way to making real improvements in your singing voice and in your singing and playing. The challenge with making any video with regards to singing is that the human voice is vast, complex, and different for every one of us. We all have an individual voice and an individual journey to discover our voice. And the voice is often misunderstood. Add a guitar into the mix, and now you've got a whole new layer of coordination and inner self-awareness to deal with. But singing while playing is what I do. And I hope that my perspective helps you relate, reflect, and start improving your own voice and ultimately your singing and playing together. Would you believe me if I said that singing is actually more difficult to teach than guitar? And here's why. On guitar, I could lift up your finger and put it on the right spot or tell you to move your wrist, etc., etc. I can't lift up your vocal cords or tell you how to position your larynx or I can't do these things as easily like I can with your fingers, your hands, right? So we can run vocal exercises all day long, but if you don't understand why you're doing them or what they're meant to accomplish, they really won't help very much. Kind of like when people just mindlessly practice scales without application of those scales, right? So all I can do here is share my experience, what has helped me as a singing guitar player, as a gigging singing guitar player. In this video, I'm going to give you 10 things that can improve your vocal performance possibly right away, okay? This isn't a full curriculum. They're starting points, and each one of these opens up the door to a deeper area of vocal development, okay? So my hope is that each of these tips will spark a curiosity about your own voice and encourage you to explore what's actually possible with your voice. Try them out, reflect on them, test them at your next performance, at your next gig, the next practice session, whatever it is, and use them to start building a real vocal awareness. That is the key. And if you want more one-on-one help, you can always send me an email to inquire about some one-on-one consultations. There's links to my email in the description. And there's also a downloadable PDF that you can get from this video of vocal tips, and I've linked that also down in the description. Let's get started. Tip number 1 is to warm up your voice and do it like you mean it, okay? This happens before the gig even starts. Warming up is a big deal, okay? Even if you just do some light vocalization, some light phonation, some light humming, and breathing exercises that will wake up your system and give you a sense of where your vocals are on that particular day. I never used to warm up before gigs, and it was a really, really big mistake, because what happens is you get into the gig and you're right away starting from a point of tension, and it tends to make us push and have pressure that we don't need and use too much air, and we just kind of create a situation where we're making it more difficult on ourselves, and it just kind of snowballs downhill. I have a video link in the description below of a quick warm-up that I like to do in the car on the way to the gig, okay? You want to warm up your breath, you want to get your vocal cords working, and ideally get your whole system woken up to the fact that you're going to be singing. So whether it's in the car, backstage, or wherever, I want you to make a commitment to do this. And of course, vocal warm-ups are an entire, you could do a whole YouTube channel just on vocal warm-ups. So in this video, I'm not going to get into specific warm-ups, but at the very least, get your voice going before the gig. Don't go in cold and just start singing. Even Frank Sinatra, if you see interviews of him, he'll say how he warms up his voice and works on his voice an hour to 2 hours a day, whether he's singing or not, just to make sure his voice is in shape. Tip number 2 is to play standing up if you can. Why does this matter? Posture, breath support, freedom of movement. Sitting isn't wrong, but it makes it easier for us to slouch, which constricts the rib cage, which constricts our ability to take in a full breath, right? and it compresses your diaphragm, makes you lose breath control. Even if you play seated, check in with yourself. Are you sitting with a proud chest? Are you breathing deep into your pelvis with a relaxed belly? Are you engaging your core? Standing makes all of this a lot easier. If you notice, piano players, even though they're forced to sit, sometimes when they're looking to reach for a larger note, or they're looking to kind of get more support, you'll see them lean back, right? But we guitar players, we have the choice that we could stand up while performing, which makes maintaining good posture and breath support infinitely easier. Okay? You've heard the phrase, think down to go up. Singers like to use that phrase. Well, when it comes to hitting higher notes, standing kind of helps us visualize our energy coming from the ground up, right? So like I said, you'll see piano players stretch their bodies when they're reaching for those high notes. They are consciously engaging that core, get that support for their breath and singing, because sitting limits your movement. So try your next set standing. You might instantly feel and hear a difference. So I'm going to stand up for a minute and give you an example of what I am talking about here. So let's say we're singing a song like Save Me by Jelly Roll. Pretty high note, right? Somebody save me, somebody save me, somebody. High note. But if we were sitting, we might we might be pushing. We're going to be sometimes by default compressing down, cutting off our support. If we stand, it's easy to think from the ground up. Somebody save me, somebody save me. Very little stress, you'll notice, on my neck and on my throat. Somebody save me, right? Standing allows us to easily do that. Also, if we want to think from the ground up, right? Think down to go up. We can almost squat a little bit, and that's going to engage our core muscles and by default give us more support. Somebody save me. Right? Now this is a song that probably is in the higher range of where I would even sing it. I would sing this song down a half step. But because I'm standing, somebody save me, I can hit that note without too much energy. So at your next gig, stand up and take inventory of whether you're supporting your voice from your core and of your feet on the ground and of your posture standing up straight, and of that you have all that more air in your lungs because you're able to fill them up easier because you're standing up. Give it a try at your next gig. Let me know how it works out. All right, number 3 is to check your neck position and your microphone position. This one can be really, really sneaky. And what I'd like you to practice doing is sing in front of a mirror and watch that your neck is not doing this. Most people will do this when they go to sing if they don't know any better. And this is not a good position for your neck because it puts your larynx and your vocal cords in the wrong position to sing. It's a position of strain. Okay, so the mirror is really, really handy for you to make sure you're not doing this. And the reason I say mic position is because we tend to sing into microphones. And what do? We reach towards the mic like this. So people crane their neck forward to chase down the microphone, or they put their chin up like they're yelling at the heavens. You don't want your neck in that position. You don't want your head cocked forward. You want your neck just in a neutral position. These habits will kill your tone, strain your voice, and make you work too hard, and ultimately could hurt your vocal cords, and they're not going to make you sound your best. So one solution that I found, a little trick, is just bring the microphone closer to you so you're not leaning towards a mic. And if you need to move back or closer, do it with your body, not with your neck. Just move your whole body towards the mic, move your whole body away from the mic. Keep your head and neck relaxed and level. Now you could let it move a little bit. No one's saying it's got to be rigid, but you don't want to get in the habit of doing this. And almost everybody that I teach does that. Remember that your neck does not help in your vocal technique. The way it helps is by staying out of the way. It's just the neck. Let's keep it neutral. Number 4 is to not push. You're going to see a lot of the themes here have to do with avoiding vocal tension. And that's really the key to singing your best, or playing your best for that matter, is avoiding tension. Often when we practice at home, we work on getting optimal vocal tone without pushing. But somehow it all goes out the window once we're performing. Why? Well, one of the biggest reasons we strain our voices live is that we, quite frankly, can't hear ourselves very well. So if you can't hear yourself clearly, you start pushing, often without even realizing it. You instinctively try to sing louder by using more air, pushing more air over your vocal cords, which defeats the whole purpose of staying relaxed and singing efficiently. Also, we may tend to do that because we're a little bit uptight, maybe we have a little stage fright, and the tendency is to tense up, not have proper positioning, and overuse our breath and push our voice and squeeze our voice. So before beating yourself up, right, or trying to strain, ask yourself, can I hear myself? A good in-ear monitor or a monitor speaker facing up at you can really make all the difference, give you yourself the ability to hear yourself and make you stay relaxed and not push. A trick I use really simply is I set my mic level a little louder than I think I needed. And then I control the volume by just backing off the mic. And if I need more volume, I just move up closer to the mic, not with my neck, just with my body. And I'm able to get more volume just by moving in closer without having to push my vocals. It's a simple adjustment that could really help save your voice. Pushing wrecks your tone, destroys your confidence, and over time it could damage your voice. So the moment you feel tension or strain or squeezing, I want you to stop dead. Now, literally, if you're at a gig, you can't stop. But if you're at home practicing and you feel tension, stop. Stop right there. Reset. Figure out where you're at and what's going on. Am I singing too high in my throat? Is my neck messed up? Do I have support? Right? Is my jaw relaxed? Is my tongue relaxed? There's a lot of things we can go over as we do more vocal lessons. We'll go over them. But at the very least, I want you to stop and assess what's happening. And if you're live and you can't stop, think to yourself, whoa, what's going on here? And kind of pause in your brain even as you keep singing. I want you to build awareness when these moments happen. Building awareness is the first step to correcting and preventing these issues from happening. All right, we're back with the guitar. Number 5, don't let guitar tension become vocal tension. When we play guitar and sing at the same time, it's easy for tension from one area to sneak into the other. Let's say you have a tricky guitar part or bar chord that's giving you trouble, and you're focusing on your fretting hand. Suddenly, your neck gets tight, your jaw locks, or maybe you stop breathing or your voice sounds strained. The key is to separate these two disciplines. Playing and singing are two different disciplines, two different things. Your body needs to treat them this way. So you need to train yourself to stay loose and grounded vocally, even when your guitar part gets intense or you have a little bit of a tricky part that you're working on. Notice when you're holding tension, can you keep your shoulders soft? Even during a fingerstyle part or an intricate picking part, can you keep your breath flowing while you're doing something that's technically difficult? Okay? Or your hands have to be working without your throat joining in. Once you become aware of this, your tone gets way more free. Your range opens up and everything gets easier. A good example is, like, let's say you're practicing something on guitar. Have you ever had this happen? I see it with students all the time where they're working on something technical, and I'll notice the jaw looks like this. The jaw is tight, the face is tight, all the muscles are tight, everything's tight. You can't sing from that place. You can't sing with your fullest, best tone. And if you're trying to hit high notes and you put in the anxiety of performing along with that, that's just way too many things, and it's going to affect your singing. So what I want you to do, let's say a lot of times people will hold tension when they know they have a high note coming up, be it on the guitar or singing more specifically. So let's take something like blackbird singing in the dead of night. I know I'm going up and I'm building tension and anxiety, anticipating the high part. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Notice my body language even. A good way to practice something like that, if an area where you know you're getting tense and you're starting to squeeze. Blackbird singing in the dead of. 9. Reset and go straight to the higher part, or the part that's got the technical thing that's making you tense up. Be aware of it. So we want to keep that breathing into our pelvis fluid the whole time, our posture fluid, our shoulders relaxed, our neck relaxed, our throat open, our jaw relaxed, right? Our face bright. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. No tension. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Ah. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. If you feel tension because of anything that's happening on the guitar that's difficult, and you find yourself, I want you to stop, reset, and practice hitting that note, hitting that chord from a relaxed state. I don't know why I keep going to this chord when I do that. Maybe I have a hang-up about that chord that I'm not even aware of. But again, playing the guitar, one discipline. Be able to do it from a relaxed state. Know your strumming parts fluently so that you can do them completely relaxed. Then we can separate the vocal and do that from a completely relaxed state and combine them together. Number 6, are you hydrated? This might be the simplest tip on the list, one of the most overlooked, and probably one of the most important. If your vocal cords are dry, they won't respond well. Your range tightens up, your tone gets brittle, and you're more likely to strain and eventually hurt yourself. No amount of warming up can replace what good hydration does. But the thing to remember is you can't just chug water right before you sing and expect magic. Hydration is a habit, not a quick fix. So you have to maintain hydration all the time, ideally, but especially on days when you're going to be playing, you have to make sure that you remain hydrated all day long, like hours before you play. And if you're playing outdoors, hydration is even more important because heat, sun, wind, alcohol, and caffeine can all dry you out way faster than you think. So yeah, tea, water, electrolytes, whatever you like, just make sure those cords are swimming in love, not scraping by. Number 7 is to know your song keys. What key are you going to be singing your songs in? Picking the wrong key is the fastest way to wear out your voice or sound worse than you actually are. Take the time when you're learning your songs and practicing your songs to find the sweet spot for your vocal range. It's not cheating to use a capo or to transpose a song to a comfortable key for yourself. That's called smart playing and being an artist and knowing your voice. The audience doesn't care if the song is in G, F, E flat, or if it's in the original key of the recording. They care if it sounds good and feels relaxed and effortless. I'll leave a link in the description to a video I did that will help you figure out how to determine the right key for your voice. Number 8 is to start softer than you think you need to. A lot of singers blast right out of the gate. They want to come out strong, and I get that. And eventually, as you get more confident and you warm up properly, you'll be able to come out stronger. But if you're not there yet, come out easy. Your voice needs time to settle in. Start your set with something that sits comfortably in your range, something that's not high energy, and ease into the bigger notes. Think of your voice like a muscle, right? It'll open up more if you don't shock it and you let it get acclimated and warmed up to the situation. Number 9 is to record yourself regularly, because the voice that you think you're producing isn't always the one that the audience hears. So recording yourself, whether it's on your phone, a Zoom recorder, or whatever, helps you to track the tension that's in your voice and in your tone, in your phrasing, and problems that might show up in your pitch as a result of that. Everything. It's not about perfection, it's about awareness. And awareness is how you notice these things that need to be fixed and how you address them and grow as a singer and as a performer. And number 10, finally, don't forget your voice is your instrument. It's an instrument, and you need to learn as much about it as you do about your guitar or about any other instrument that you would think of playing properly and playing well and getting the most out of. A lot of solo acoustic players treat their voice like it's some sort of side dish, and that the guitar is the main event. But if you're singing and playing, your voice is the most important thing. It is the main event. So give it the respect and the care that it deserves. Give it the same respect and care that you give your gear. Warm it up, learn how it works, practice it with joy, with relaxation, with intention, with purpose, and you will see your voice get better and better, and it will give you a gratification that, trust me, you will just be very, very happy with. It'll make your musical journey so much more effective, and it'll make it so much more enjoyable to you and to your audience, which just makes the whole cycle get better and better and better as you go. I hope you found some value in this video, and if you want to support this channel, there are links down in the description where you could join my Patreon, buy me a coffee, or browse some of my Amazon affiliate links. As always, I'm Frank Persico. Hope to see you out there gigging, but at the very least, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.